again. Only 28 hours to go. They have a deal and they're voting right now. But what about the promises they made to Social Security? That's a good question, and we've got a lot to talk about and cover here in this video. Let's get into it right away, as it's a very busy day, and the next couple days of this week are also very, very busy with a lot on the line right now. So let's quickly talk about what's going on right here, right now, and the deal that they just struck literally a short time ago, what this means with the vote that's happening now, and hello, where did that promise go, right? Okay, let's talk about one at a time here, okay? So we have about 28 hours to go in order for lawmakers to actually pass this piece of legislation that was struck a short time ago this afternoon. And this is to keep the government open. Remember, this was supposed to be done way back in September. The 2025 federal budget, they never did it. They pushed it out until basically tomorrow night. And now here we sit yet again at the very last minute trying to come together on a deal, and they're voting on this right now this evening, okay? So that's in the House of Representatives, still needs to be passed through the Senate, still needs to be signed into law by the president. We could still see a government shutdown, highly unlikely but possible, okay? Now here's the thing, is this a long-term deal? No. It's only until March 14th, so yeah, that's fine. What is that, 3 months from now? Okay, still, they got to come back and do this whole thing again in March. So the drama continues, right? So anyway, this is a deal that they just came up with this afternoon. Apparently they like it. Who knows if it's actually going to pass? We will see here. I will keep you posted on that, okay? But next, remember, lawmakers are heading out of town here. Literally in just hours, they are leaving out of town. But what about Social Security? Remember, they said earlier this week, in fact, it was last week, it was on Wednesday of last week, Chuck Schumer, the leader of the Senate on the Democratic side, came out and said, yep, we're going to hold a vote on this legislation for Social Security to raise benefits for millions of people, right? This is all going to be happening this week, apparently. That was last week on Wednesday, by the way, that happened. On Monday of this week, by the way, I discussed this last night in the video as well. Monday of this week, they were supposed to hold a vote on it. Didn't happen. Tuesday, no vote. Wednesday, procedural vote. They did a practice vote on Wednesday. It actually passed 73-27, but that's not the real vote. That's just a practice. A procedural vote is basically just saying, hey, let's just give this thing a little practice here to see who's in favor of this, who would vote on it, and what's the likelihood of this thing actually passing, and should we even proceed, right? That's the whole situation with a procedural vote. Well, it came through, 73-27. Okay, let's move it forward. Now we've got literally 28 hours to not only pass either a short-term or a long-term funding bill for the federal government to stay open for the next, call it 3 months or so, out until March 14th. It's supposed to be through the end of September, but they're cutting it short yet again out until March 14th, okay? They got to pass that, okay? That's on the agenda here. They also need to do this Social Security bill, which they've had out there for a while, and vote on it. Is that actually going to happen? I'm going to say this much. I'm losing a bunch of faith here in them, okay? They continue to say, oh yeah, we're going to vote on this. Don't you worry. We're going to get this in there and we're going to vote on it in the Senate. I don't really know about that anymore. Okay, they can still do a lot in 28 hours. But once they pass this short-term bill to keep the government open, in other words, the funding bill for the federal government, once they pass this, do you really think that they want to sit around and actually do anything else after this? This is kind of the only reason they stayed in town this week, is to get this legislation right here done. Oh, quick side note, by the way, for those of you that have been wondering about the Farm Bill, right? The Farm Bill, pretty important piece of legislation out there. It was supposed to be done over a year ago, back at the end of September last year, 2023. They didn't do it. They pushed it out for a year, out until the end of September this year. Still didn't do it. Pushed it out until tomorrow. Still didn't do it. Now, the Farm Bill, within this legislation that they're voting on now, this short-term resolution here, pushes it out for another year, out until September 30th of 2025. Okay, so for those of you wondering about the Farm Bill, that's what we know about it right now. So nuts. It was supposed to be done well over a year ago. By the time they actually may even do this thing, it's going to be 2 years beyond the deadline. Unbelievable, okay? I wish I could have gotten away with that kind of stuff when I was in school. I mean, I procrastinated as much as I possibly could. I milked the clock on everything in school as much as I could. I wish I could have gotten away with all this stuff that they do. It's nuts, right? Okay, so anyway, this is where we stand as of now, but here's what it comes down to. once basically tomorrow night wraps up, if they don't vote on this legislation for Social Security, I'm going to say this much. It's not going to happen, okay? The reason that I say that is they're going to be out of town. They're going to be out of there, running home, going back to their states, their homes, whatever, to spend the next couple weeks, well, for a long time, for some of them, until the new Congress comes in early in January. That's it. They're kind of gone through the rest of the year. So this is where we're at right now. They've got a lot to do, and yet again, they waited until the very last minute to do this. Why? I don't get it. Why do they do this? Every single time, they wait until the very last minute. Anyway, this is where we're at right now. So we could still see a government shutdown. Unlikely, in my opinion. I don't think it's going to go into a government shutdown. I do think they will come together on a deal. In my opinion, again, why I think they stuck around this entire week. I think they're really running the clock down on this whole Social Security voting thing that would increase benefits for millions of people through the Social Security Fairness Act. They did the procedural vote on Wednesday. It passed no problem. And why they're still sitting here not doing it, I don't know. So tomorrow is basically the last day. I highly doubt they're going to vote on it yet today, considering how late it is. And I just don't think they're going to do it today. The focus is the federal bill, right? That's the focus right now, the budget for the federal government as of now. So could they possibly vote on the Social Security bill tomorrow? They could. I don't know. I'm just losing a lot of faith in them right now. But we'll see. Anything could happen, right? It's just ridiculous. Oh, by the way, quick correction. I apologize. Last night in the video, I gave a little glimpse into what was included in the federal bill at that time. I said a 40% raise. Sorry, that's wrong. I meant to say four. Big difference between 4 and 40. I apologize about that, okay? Last night I saw that after I posted the video. I always watch the videos back just to make sure, everything sounds good. And it said 40%. I apologize. I did not mean to say 40. I meant to say 4% raise, okay? Sorry about that. Huge difference there between 40 and 4. By the way, a 4% raise for lawmakers, they earn $176,000 a year. A 4% raise to that is over $6,000. So, not a bad raise, right? So, anyway, just want to throw that out there really quickly. Okay, so anyway, I'll keep you posted on all this. Yeah, some drama going down right now, and I'll keep you posted what's going on. Anyway, can I ask a huge favor of you? If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. Big subscribe button waiting for you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Otherwise, if you know 1 or 2 people that could benefit from this information here in this video or any of the other well over 5,000 videos here on the channel, can I ask a huge favor of you? Please share this video or any other videos here on the channel with your friends on social media. Thank you. Really, really appreciate that as well. Again, 100% free to do so. Thanks for your support. Really appreciate it. Otherwise, check out the well over 5,000 videos here on the channel. The popular videos I've hand-selected for you down below in the description or the top of the comment section. And right now, showing up on your screen as well, you'll see some videos there. Check out one of those. Thank you so much. Please have a nice day. Happy holidays. Can you believe it? I know, right? Craziness. We're basically at the end of 2024. And yeah, here we are. All right, anyway, have a nice evening. I'll see you again later.